Stop chasing marriage. No, but seriously, because there's a lot we need to talk about. Assalamu alaikum, guys. Why do I always do that? Anyways, welcome back to another YouTube video. I want to make a few disclaimers because I don't want to be very harsh with my words where it looks like I'm blaming anyone or making any girl watching this video feel so like low about herself, because there's a lot of factors that go into why women will chase marriage, or why I mean, I don't even have to go into all of the reasons and the levels of how this really does affect us as women, because we know if you're clicked on this video, you know you're here for a reason, because there's a feeling that you don't like and you don't want to live life in this way anymore. We already know women are conditioned to see their worth in having a relationship with a man. You are married, you are seen as more worthy, and having a man kind of defines who you are. And just in general, we get our self-worth from men and validation. And another factor is that it's just human nature to want a partner. It's human nature for men and women to want that emotional connection with somebody else and just to feel like they have their person. So that's not something to be ever ashamed about or to beat yourself up about wanting that one person. It's not necessarily hard to get married. There's so many people looking to get married. There's so many potentials left and right, and people asking and getting rejected, whatever, right? It's about finding your one person that's actually meant to be with you. That's a lot more challenging. I mean, how much people do we know that are on their second or third marriages and they still haven't found that one? So if you are someone who is like, why is it so easy for everybody to get married and it's not easy for me? Not everyone has found that one person, and maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is protecting you from a horrible, traumatic situation. I mean, it's not traumatic for everybody, but maybe you're not meant to be someone who goes through all these marriages to find their one. And do you want to be that person that has to go through person and person? And relationships are exhausting, especially ones that don't work out and you can't connect and click. I'm talking like I know. I'm only heard things and it sounds terrible and exhausting and painful. I've never been married, full disclosure. So I want everyone to think about, what is the reason that you have this huge desire for marriage to the point where you attach your happiness and your purpose to it? Why do you want it so bad to the point where you are unhappy until you get it? That is not healthy. I mean, like here and there you see couples and you want that support, or maybe you don't have that support from your family or your friends. Okay, but just know that you're not guaranteed that a man is going to come into your life and make all those things better. You can want it, but how are you going to live your life day to day, fulfilling your own needs and giving yourself that love, because the man is not there right now? If you don't know how to do that for yourself, you can't give that much power to a man to make you that happy and to give you purpose for existing. You're a Muslim woman. Just by that, you have so much worth and value. You have a connection to Allah. You have so much resources in Islam where you can find so much self-worth outside of strictly a husband or a man. Don't give a man or any human that much power over your happiness and your life to the point where you are sitting around waiting for someone to come and put happiness in your hand, someone to make you happy. You have to do that for yourself, because if you don't, when you get into a relationship, you're not actually going to feel fulfilled, because real fulfillment comes within, from inside, and everything else needs to be an addition into your life. And I know so much Muslim girls are just waiting for Prince Charming to come into their life and allow them to start living their life. A lot of us have strict parents and we can't do the things that we want to do, so we wait. Oh, once I get a man, I'm going to be able to live the life I want, go to the places I want to go to, do these things, whatever. Incorrect. You're giving a man way too much power over your life and what you want to do with your life. If you want to do it, you can. There's obstacles in the way. There's obstacles for everybody, right? What makes you think that a man is going to come into your life? If anything, it's going to make it that much harder, because you owe a husband so much rights and responsibilities. You have to listen to him more than your own parents after you get married. So don't think that a man's going to come into your life and just give you everything you want like that. I don't want to put myself in that category, because I used to be in that category, and just reflecting on it, I'm just like, no, I don't want to. But we've all been there, where we're waiting for Prince Charming to walk into our life and make it better, and it's magical, and all of magical, not magical, but you know what I mean, like, oh my god, everything is so perfect. False. What am I even saying at this point? You know, you're a hopeless romantic, you want a relationship so bad, I get it, but what parts of yourself are you abandoning and looking at a relationship and a man as something that's going to complete you and make your life better? Do you want marriage or a relationship so much so to the point that you're abandoning yourself and you're prioritizing that above everything else in your life? Then that's a problem. Literally look within and try to think, where are these desires coming from, and why am I making this so dependent on my happiness? Excluding the factors that are very normal, like being a hopeless romantic, wanting, finding that person that makes you happy, but doesn't give you happiness, doesn't allow you to be happy. That's just where it gets toxic. But separate the normal human intrinsic feelings that we have, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us with. Put that aside, because that's normal. Even the Sahabas and prophets went through that, where they were like, I desire a spouse. That's normal, right? Put that aside and think about the parts that you might think might be a little bit toxic that you're doing to yourself. How is this desire unhealthy now, and how can I fix it, and where is it stemming from? Are you waiting for a man to come into your life to let you start living the life that you actually want to live? Are you waiting for someone to swoop in and fix all your problems? And what do I need to work on internally before I can actually desire this in a healthy way? Something that one of my best friends used to always tell me that really sticks with me till today is, she would say, think about the female sahabiyat and imagine them watching us and seeing how desperate we have become for men and marriage and all of these things, and imagine how they would view us. Imagine how Islam came and liberated women. It made them so empowered, and we are going backwards after knowing how much liberation is in our deen and finding our sole purpose and worth in a man. Like, imagine the female sahabiyat looking at us and being like, girl, imagine they said that. But like, open the Quran and read the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addresses us women and protects us women, and you want to settle for less just because you want to be in a relationship so bad. Look at the way Allah has elevated our status in Jannah. We are more elevated than the Hur al-Ain in Jannah, and we are sitting here being like, oh, I want a man, he hasn't texted me back, why does nobody want me? You know who wants you? God wants you. Now pick up that Quran and start desiring him more. That was me directly speaking to myself, not to any of you guys to hurt your guys' feelings, but that was me directly giving myself a bahdile. Why am I attracting the weirdest people? Why am I attracting so many people, but none of them are the people that fit right in my soul? Like, it's not the one I'm looking for. What are you doing in the first place to be attracting these weirdos? And really think about it. If you were actually firm on your standards and your boundaries, these men would not be able to enter into your life, because you draw a strict line being like, there's no way you and your actions and your below the bare minimum behavior is going to enter into my life and think that you have a chance with me. Every time a man is interacting with you and you can tell that he wants marriage or whatever it may be, and you are watering parts of yourself down because you want marriage so much so that you are abandoning yourself every time you communicate with a potential spouse, what makes you think that you're actually going to find the one that you're looking for? Removing your standards and your boundaries and holding yourself back from the actual life that you want to live, obviously within the correct bounds and means of Islam. I'm not talking about things that are so extreme, but like, if you're asking for simple things from a potential man and he can't even give those things to you, you know, things that are your right as a Muslim woman, and he can't even follow through with that, why are you entertaining these people? Just because you want marriage? So you want marriage more now. You want just the ring on your finger more now than you want the actual 1%, more than you want the actual one that was created for you. And then you're going through all these people left and right, and they're just trash man after trash man after trash man. And then we sit and talk to our friends, oh my God, these men are so trash. But why are you allowing this type of genre of man to even approach you and think that they have a chance with you? Because men know, like, men will see and they'll know, how much can I get out of this woman? Does she want marriage? Does she want men? Does she care so much more about how I view her than she views her own self and her standards? Then they know they're going to win and they're going to fight their way through. It's like you see all these amazing women who have such high standards and work so hard and they're so intelligent and smart, but then they settle for the worst creatures on this earth who don't respect them. It's because you actually don't respect yourself enough to walk away from these horrible situations and these horrible men that treat you like garbage. You need to respect yourself more than your desire for marriage. You need to respect yourself more than having a man in your life, because anyone can get a man in their life if they want to. That is not the hard part. If you were true to yourself and you were true to your standards and you were true to your beliefs, you would not be attracting these men into your life. And I'm not trying to sit here and blame you or anybody. And a lot of this is me talking to my past self. So just put that aside. People in general, not just men, will shapeshift a little bit to see like, how can I present myself in a way that's desirable to this specific person. Everyone does that. We all do this in job interviews. Like, this is just human nature to a certain degree. And then some people, some gremlin evil people are like mastermind manipulators, whatever. Put all of that aside. The second your heart and your gut and everything tells you, oh, this person really doesn't seem like, and oh my god, listen to your heart, listen to your gut. That 1% feeling that's like something's wrong, trust it, because it's never wrong. And stop pushing away addressing things that you know are important for you to address, because the less you're willing to address it, the harder you are making it for yourself. Have those tough conversations when you're talking to a potential, and really anything that feels wrong in your gut, force yourself to address it. And I know it's hard for people pleasers and the way we're conditioned to not, like upset men or seen as too confrontational, or we're going to hurt their feelings, whatever. This is your life and your future. And if you want to live your life that way, then you're going to live every single day regretting the fact that you never spoke up for those 1% things in your heart that were making you feel like something is wrong with this potential. So always speak and always ask, and never be scared to bring those things up. And I'm telling you right now, those shapeshifter, mastermind, manipulator men, whatever, it doesn't last. You will see them for who they are. Allah will show you who they are. Allah will expose them to you. Don't be so caught up in this love, in this romance, and the blindingness of getting to know somebody that you overlook certain things and you're not able to have conversations. Be firm and be strict. Be strict. Do you hear me? Be strict with these men, because they want to see how strict you are going to be with them, and how free and how much wiggle room you're going to give them to take the bar low. And I promise you, once you show them they can take the bar just a little bit low, they will show you how much lower you're willing to accept until you reach your breaking point. Damn, I need to let me stop yelling at you guys. Let me just anyways, so yeah. Actions speak louder than words. Don't be one of those girls or people in general. They're like, yeah, I don't accept love for myself, and I don't do coffee dates, and I don't do. Then why are you at a coffee date if you don't do coffee dates? I'm not even talking about dating. Don't make this a haram, a halal thing. And genuinely think about it. Like, if you were to get married in this state of desperation for a man, desperation to want to feel happy, and all of these things, and all of the fantasies that you tell yourself in your head, do you really think that your relationship's going to be healthy if you enter it from this mentality and this standpoint? You haven't poured enough into yourself. You haven't healed internally what's going on. You haven't found your own strength. Do you really think that this marriage is going to last and fulfill you? Like, seriously. And also, why are majority of women that are in marriages miserable, but the men are the ones that are happy? The statistics, I don't understand it. So to all my beautiful, beautiful Muslim sisters watching this video, first of all, I'm sorry if anything I said offended you or struck a nerve or something. I'm not meaning to be here and hurt everyone's feelings, but maybe just give us a little bit of a wake-up call, because we need to stand up and find our strength. Right now, if you found yourself resonating with anything I was saying and you're reflecting, I would say take this time now to pour so much into your own cup. Love yourself so much. Learn what it actually means to love and respect yourself. What does that actually look like? Take it further than you've ever taken it before. If you were to not get married in the next 20, 30 years, or if you were never to get married and you're never going to find that person, right? I'm not saying this to scare you, but imagine this scenario. What would your life look like day to day? What would you be doing and working towards if marriage is not in the picture? How are you going to make your life one that's feeding your soul and your heart every single day, that's giving you fulfillment? Write it down and start working towards it. Dig deep within yourself, all the things that you thought you couldn't achieve, or the life you thought you couldn't have by yourself without a romantic partner. What does that actually look like? And start doing it for yourself. And I promise you, you are capable of doing it. If you have the desire to want to live a life like that, if you have a desire to want these things, you have the capability to work towards it. You want it, you see it, you envision it, now go get it. I'm done ranting for this video. I've went through every single note that I made down. Please let me know your comments and feelings and reflections on this video. And maybe I'll make a part 2, because I know there's so much other areas of this topic that I'm not really covering right now. Follow my Instagram, follow my TikTok, and subscribe. Please subscribe, share, like, help me with all of that. And I will see you guys on the next one. Assalamu alaikum.